put ourselves out here, share about the work while my presentation is coming up, I will just share a little bit about myself. My name is Deydra Steans. I am a fourth and fifth generation farmer rancher. Woo! Thank you. I live in Caldwell County, which is a neighbor to Travis County. I grew up a lot. I was born in Austin back in the day. All right, so where to start? You heard that I'm a rancher. I get put in that box a lot, but there's a lot of other things that I have interest in building community as well. So I have a workshop series titled Continuing Cultural Legacies, and through that workshop series, I do USDA outreach and technical assistance on USDA programs. Being that I am a product of people who lived and were reared on Texas freedom colonies after the Emancipation Proclamation, land ownership, land stewardship is very important to me. Also, just cultivating good quality foods. But why I'm here to tell you a little bit about Black Gold Resourcing. Our mission is to empower marginalized communities through comprehensive outreach and technical assistance, fostering equitable opportunities in agriculture. Recently, I had the honor and privilege to be a regional team lead for the $2.2 billion discrimination financial assistance program that Congress enacted that assisted landowners or USDA loan applicants with some financial relief for discrimination they had experienced as early as the 1930s.
Right.
The establishing period or time frame for the Farm Service Agency. So I was responsible for Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana, organizing teams, offices, and writing the outreach plan for the USDA.
Let's get it.
So through that work, we talk a lot about land loss and things that people have experienced that have attributed to a lot of Black and Indigenous people of color, or BIPOC, no longer being able to participate and benefit in the industry of agriculture. A few minutes ago, I was, in conversation, and we were just talking about how, just many years ago, right, slavery and all these other things made us feel shameful of the work that was done. But really, that was the backbone of this country that led to so many other innovations and things. So today I work with landowners all across the state of Texas, from East Texas to the Rio Grande Valley, to support them in their efforts to diversify their agriculture operations or to find strategic ways to keep them afloat. I don't know if you know, but land loss is a big, big problem for not only Black farmers, but other Indigenous groups and people of color as well. So I work with their property owners to, let's say, unwind their legal documents, such as their deeds. We're very hands-on. I know that there's a lot of organizations that get together, that talk and have resources to people and can refer people to one another or to a professional for help. I pride myself on the fact that Black Gold Resourcing, we really do the work and help them bridge those gaps. We work with people having tax foreclosures, IRS liens on their property. A few years ago, as recent as 2018, I was in my 8th year teaching in a nearby school district, and I actually made a decision to leave my teaching profession. I spent 18 months learning how to reconcile taxes, and was able to spend the next 7 years drawing out, battling the IRS. In that 18-month period, the IRS accepted over $330,000 in credits and adjustments for one of my first client, who happened to be my dad.
Okay, whoop, whoop.
I have experienced myself as a heir to a property or just a child, a product of the agriculture industry. I take those challenges and things that I've learned and really try to help other people in the similar positions avoid the same pitfalls, or just see ways to do things differently. Texas Freedom Colonies are very important to the work that we do.
Yep.
As you know, y'all may not know what freedom colonies are, but again, freedom colonies were established after the Emancipation Proclamation, where a lot of the freed slaves went to find refuge and start building their own self-sustaining communities. So in Texas, there are over, I can't remember, it's 5,500, but quite a few. And densely populated, very densely populated in East Texas and South Texas.
17 in Austin.
Just go kind of fast, conversation with the Texas State a few months ago. Okay. So I want to talk about a big project that we are attempting to pull off here in Austin because it is innovative. It is, I think, a very bold attempt, but nonetheless, this is what we do. So gentrification is happening in East Austin and in communities all around. So my friend and client, Tiffany Washington, also known as Farmer Nancy.
Hey, y'all.
At Valley Hawk Farms, Tiffany has been living in East Austin in a gentrifying community, farming and gardening. During the COVID pandemic, she was able to feed local residents from her garden and also throughout Winter Storm Uri. Now, what the gentrification means for an urban farmer like Tiffany is that you have a hard time getting established and settled. So right now her landlord is feeling pressure from developers to lease the property where she currently farms. So along with my partners with STARS ATG, we are working to come up with a plan that will save this urban farmstead in East Austin and transition it to a place that would include transitional housing and retail space for up-and-coming entrepreneurs. Also a food truck park where the food trucks would buy their fresh produce from the local gardens that she cultivates. And really just creating this community movement with a solar-powered parking lot. These are things that would begin to the East Austin community. But also building programs that serve that community on different levels. So workforce development, farm, and other market access opportunities. So thank you for being here, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I just wanted everyone to see and know that, farmers are up against a lot. We are kind of becoming a rarity out here, whether it's livestock or it's cultivating produce in your urban yards. And food scarcity is real. Opportunities where we, if you have a chance to contract or buy local produce from a farmer, especially a BIPOC farmer, is very important. Getting access to capital and finding funding for the work that we do and the tools that we need to do that work is challenging. And so just things to keep in mind. And I love that organizations are here. I know that sometimes there's funding within these organizations and you don't quite know how to get that money into the hands of the people at the community level that really need it. And so Black Gold Resources will really help you bridge that gap. So whether it is community gardens, school programs, or getting lunch programs, after school programs to get fresh food in, we help to bridge those gaps with a number of different groups. Thank you.
Yeah.
How
There are none. I'm the only one.